remember when you used to be able to get a Hershey for a nickel.
Comic book junkie, this video is to share with you a grail of mine that I finally got. So we might as well just get right into this instead of chatting too much. Nickel Comics number 5. So I've been wanting an issue of Nickel Comics for many years. But like a lot of certain collectors, I just watched a video on one. I set parameters on what I'm going to pay and what I'm going to accept on a book. I told myself I would never pay more than $100 for a copy of Nickel Comics. And the thing is, they usually go for $200 or more, even in low grade. So you can see this is low grade. The cover is barely hanging on, but it's all there. It's all attached. And I want my comic to be presentable, so I want certain parts of the cover to be there. I can deal with the back cover missing, but if the front cover is not presentable, and you can see this is a good girl, which is rare, I think, in a Fawcett comic. Yeah, it's pretty rare to have a really nice good girl cover. But so yeah, I got this for $100. I won the auction. At the last 10 seconds, I threw in $100, and this is actually the first comic I've ever paid tax on eBay, which is weird. So with that, tax and shipping was $112. So what is important about this? It's definitely a very cool and early golden age. It's from July 1940. This is the 5th appearance of Bullet Man. His first appearance was in Nickel Comics number 1. May 1940, and you can see it's called Nickel Comics. So most comics were a dime at the time. So if Fawcett had a neat way of selling this comic, they split it in half. So all the comics were 10 cents. This one was 5. And then instead of putting it out every 4 weeks, they put it out every 2, and they cut the page count in half. So most comics of the 1940s were 64 pages. So this is 32. And the neat thing about it, it's a lot more comic pages than the comic books today, which I think are 22 pages. That's still 10 more for a nickel. So there you go. That's my grail. I have it finally. This is going to find a home on my wall. And I haven't read it yet, but I'm definitely going to read it. I'm going to smell it, and I'm going to love it. And that's all that I wanted to share with you. Nickel Comics, number 5. July 1940, Bullet Man, good girl cover.